Would you be my Valentine?
What? Oh, hell no! You broke!
Hello my friends and welcome to The Simple Sober Life. I am Joshua and I help others make simple changes to create a life of awesome. Thank you so much for joining me today, and it is officially 1 week until Valentine's Day. Now I don't know about you, but this holiday, it's never really meant a lot to me. I understand that it's a holiday that was pretty much invented by the greeting cards and the candy companies so that you could shell out billions of dollars for your significant other. And I was doing a little bit of research, and in fact, last year was an all-time record high for Valentine's Day sales, topping the bill at over $20.7 billion, which equates to the average the average cost per person to be about $93. Now when you factor in jewelry and flowers and candy and chocolates and cards and presents and all this other stuff, that's a lot of money. And even in the past when I've dated people and even serious commitments, Valentine's Day was just never a big spending holiday for me or for my significant other. And so, I really feel that, it's way more important to create the memories with the other person than it is to shell out a bunch of money for stuff that's just either going to collect dust or go in a vault or, not really be appreciated. Of course, diamonds are a girl's best friend, and, I would love to be dripping in diamonds. But that's not really where the emotional connection and the significance lies with me. So I've come up with a couple of ideas for those of you who would like to create an awesome Valentine's Day without spending a ton of money. Because wouldn't we rather just create memories and create experiences than shelling out hundreds and hundreds of dollars for a one-day gift? I was talking to my coworker and he's going to get his fiance the new Apple Watch, which is over $600. Now don't get me wrong, I'm all about getting Apple products, but is that the best use of the money? Probably not. But it's a mentality thing, and I'm sure it makes him feel good to give her such a lavish gift. But here are a couple ideas that may help you out if you don't either have the funds or don't really want to shell out the money for, Valentine's Day. So one of the things that I have found was coming up with a scavenger hunt. And it would be really cool in your town to hide different clues throughout the town, maybe centered around different dates that you've had, different experiences that you've had, your favorite restaurant, or maybe the restaurant you went to on your first date. If you walk through gardens, hide little clues and have her come all the way full circle back to your house or your apartment and have her or him find you there, with nothing but a bow on or something like that. Creating a scavenger hunt. So it creates an activity and something that they're going to remember for the rest of their life. Another idea that I had is actually taking little notes, putting them inside balloons, and blowing up the balloons and having them scattered all throughout the house. And these notes could contain little things that you appreciate about your significant other. My ex did this for my birthday, and I thought it was the coolest idea. He didn't put it in the balloons, but I was turning I think it was 35 or so. So maybe 34, 30, somewhere around there. And he had he had written an accomplishment on 35 little, I guess, construction paper type things, and TP'd them around the apartment. And I tell you what, I still have those. You know, it meant so much to me that he took the time to actually do that. And it takes time to, you know, think of, you know, dozens of things about your significant other. I mean, you can feel it, but to actually put it into words is pretty substantial. Another thing that you can do is actually take a couple of those things off the to-do list. You know, we go through life and we add things to do. We're going to get to it eventually. We're going to get to it when we have time and energy and whatnot. And to actually go and do those, maybe you can do them together. If you need to fix the faucet or fix the toilet or, you know, whatever. I know those aren't really great Valentine's romantic things, but if you can do them together, you're creating that experience, and who knows what could happen, especially when you're trying to fix a house. Another thing that you can do is make dinner together. I know this is a pretty basic thing, but especially if you're not the cooking type, you know, creating that memory together and working together as a team can save you a ton of money as well as create an experience. Here's a little tip for you. If you're going to use bacon, don't cook naked. It never ends well. Another thing that you can do is give each other massages. You know, take turns massaging each other. You know, you can get those massage oils or the little vibrating massage machines or whatever, if you have those, or just that intimate touch can really create a great Valentine's Day, especially if you're doing it with someone you love. I mean, I don't know about you, but I love getting massages. I love giving massages. And if I'm doing that with someone I really care about, it makes the moment so much better. And you're not going to a massage parlor and dropping $120 on a massage. So there is that. Save those pennies. Save that wallet. Another thing that you can do is travel locally. One of my favorite things to do is jumping in the car, heading in a direction that I've never been, and exploring like a little town. Not too long ago, the family and I, before Christmas, jumped in the car and we headed over to Hendersonville, which I had never been, and we explored the downtown area and the little shops and things like that. Some attractions, some of the local foods and things like that. And so just getting in the car and exploring somewhere locally can definitely help reduce that Valentine's Day spending. Another thing that you can do is surprise your significant other at work and take them to lunch. You know, lunch prices are generally, even if you go to a nice restaurant, less expensive than the dinner prices, and yet the food quality is still spectacular. One of my favorite things to do when I was living in Florida, you know, Naples was an extremely lavish place to live, and the restaurants let you know it. But in the off season, they would all have lunch specials. And so, you know, every week, like on a Friday or something, I would go and I'd try a different restaurant because they would give those lunch specials. So I would definitely try to do this for a Valentine's Day. It would make such a great moment, and especially if you're surprising your significant other at work, something totally out of the blue, unexpected, you know, catch them off guard and take them out to lunch. It will create such a fantastic memory. Another thing that you could do is have a couples game night. You know, get other married couples or couples who have been dating for a long time, get them all together and play, you know, Telestrations After Dark, or one of those naughty little games that, you know, are a lot of fun and you know, can go off kilter at any minute. Have a good night about it and celebrate the fact that you all are coupled together. I am not currently in a relationship, except with myself. But I always loved having game nights when we did that with other couples. It was always a lot of fun. Another thing that you can do is, go to museums, aquariums, science centers, walk through a park, just getting out and exploring, what your city has to offer. A lot of museums are run off of donations. Please make some sort of donations because they do need that to actually survive. But then other ones are actually government funded and you can walk through for free. So you're saving those dollars and you're getting culture and spending time together. Something else you can do is actually create art together. I remember that famous scene from Ghost where Demi Moore is all making the clay and Patrick Swayze comes up behind her and he's like, "Oh, my Lord, my Lord." Every woman in America swooned over that scene, and it was a little romantic. So why not? I'm not saying you have to do that, but I mean, you can actually create different pieces of art together. There are these little pop-up art things where you go and they give you like a template and you paint the template together. And I've done it before. It was a lot of fun. And we actually still have our art pieces. So we're creating memories and we're actually creating something together that will last throughout the years and actually mean something. Something else that you can do along the lines of game night is go to a trivia night. A lot of different restaurants and places like that have trivia nights. It doesn't cost anything to get in. And you go with your significant other, maybe go with a couple of other couples. You meet new people, you have some food, you see who's smart and who's not. And you just make a night of it and have a great time doing that. Something else you could do is create a photo collage of your favorite moments together with your significant other. How cool would that be? You just get one of those little frames. You can get them from like Hobby Lobby or something like that have all the different slots that you could put photos in. Go through your phone, go through Facebook, go through, wherever you keep your photos and pick out some really cool, unique moments that maybe don't pop in your head all the time. That would be pretty cool. And then you could actually put it up on your wall and and each of you can remind yourselves of, what you love about the other person every single day. Another thing that you can do is take a class together. I mean, this could be a dance class, a cooking class, a baking class, a art class. There are classes literally for anything. If I wanted to learn open heart surgery, I could probably go down to the annex and figure out how to do it. And some of these classes are really, really inexpensive. You sign up for a little introductory course or whatever, introductory class, a one-time class, and they try and, pitch you to get the full package. But, learning something new, you're learning a new skill, and, you're stepping out of your comfort zone, doing something new, and spending time with your significant other. Something else you can do is actually volunteer together. And so you're not only helping yourself by creating this new memory, but you're also helping your community. And I mean, I don't know about you, but nothing feels better to me than actually, volunteering my time for a worthy cause. And, there are kabillions of charities out there that would love some additional help. And, it's just a worthwhile endeavor. And the last one that I have, the last thing you can do to save those dollars on Valentine's Day is recreate your first date. Now, if you started dating when you were pretty young, chances are you probably didn't have, $100,000 to spend at a restaurant. And you probably didn't jet set over to Paris for Valentine's Day. But recreating your first date, how did it go? That way you refresh those memories, you refresh, why you first fell in love, how you first fell in love, those awkward moments, that awkward conversation. And while you're sitting there at your first date recreation, chances are there are probably some other people on a first date around you. And so eavesdropping on those other couples who are going through that awkward phase that you went through, years and years and years ago is so much fun. My friends, I hope you got value out of this. Put those wallets back in your pocket and do some Valentine's Day things that will create memories, strengthen the bond between you and your significant other, and that you enjoy. I hope you got value out of this. If you did, please give this video a big ol' thumbs up. And if you have other ideas about, not cheap, because they're not cheap, because we're creating memories, some Valentine's ideas that don't cost, an arm and a leg, please comment down below. I would love to hear what your ideas are. And of course, if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. It helps us get the word out so that we can help more people create a life of awesome. Thank you again, my friends. Take care.